Another brick fan here with an architecture skyline. This is Shanghai, China. This is set 21039 and was released in January 2018. Has 597 pieces, no minifigures, and cost about $60 when it was released. The skyline includes Qinghao Mayo Temple, the Longhua Pagoda, the Bund, which is a waterfront area outside the old walled city. The HSBC building and the Customs House are both inside of the Bund. The Radisson Blu Hotel, the Oriental Pearl Tower, the Shanghai World Financial Center, and Shanghai Tower, which is the second highest building in the world. Overall, this is a really impressive looking skyline set. A lot of buildings on here as we listed off. This area here is the Bund, which is all surrounded by water, as you can see, and there's the three buildings inside of the Bund there. Keep in mind that these buildings aren't necessarily located next to each other in real life. I really like the way they did the Oriental Pearl Tower. I think the hot pink color is a really good accent piece against the grays and the tan pieces that are used. It makes for a really nice looking tower. The Shanghai Tower here looks really great, and it is built up using a whole bunch of jumper plates as well as a lot of tiles in this great blue color and then the little bit of gray down on the bottom, which I think is really cool. It's done with a really interesting building techniques, and I like how it turned out. Also, the Shanghai Tower here on the end is also constructed very interestingly, using these quarter round kind of Technic pieces and then some pins and stuff inside. There are some rubber flexible pieces that are used inside to create this nice curved effect. So you see it slopes around as you look on it with the alternation of the dark gray and light gray. There's about 6 dark gray pieces for every 1 light gray piece, which makes it look really interesting. Turning it around to the back side, you can see that most of the structures look the same, although you can see the more detail on how the Shanghai World Financial Center, this one in the light blue, is kind of built. So it's definitely designed around a camera-friendly angle, but you see there are these 1x3 jumper plates here. There's some inverted tiles in here to give it a little bit of structure. A whole bunch more of the 1x2 jumper plates in here. And that's what keeps centering each layer to give it that built-up effect that you saw from the front. From the back of the Shanghai Tower, you can see a little bit of this Technic elements here that kind of hold the structure together and create that slope. Again, looking closely, you can see how it twists as it moves up, creating a super nice effect for this particular model. The Shanghai Tower looks really good pretty much from all angles. It is kind of interesting how these sloped columns here from the original building, they don't connect, obviously. They're just done using this clip piece, which gives the good effect, but it doesn't quite link up correctly into my eye. So it's a little bit interesting how that was done. Not sure I could come up with a better solution, but I understand. So I understand why they made the choice they did. Overall, I think this is a really great model. It's kind of interesting how they arranged all the buildings, so you have the smallest buildings to the largest buildings as you move left to right along the model. I think the large buildings all look very representative of the buildings they're in. Some very interesting building techniques on all 3 of those. The buildings in the Bund area are all done pretty traditionally in architectural styling, with the grill pieces and then some textured 1x2s, for example, make for a good look. I think using a minimalistic approach on the temple and the pagoda make those representative of the actual building structures without being overly complex, which is kind of the idea around these small-scale architectural sets. Hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on this skyline. I'm going to get started on my next video. Until then, happy building. If you enjoyed this video, help me out and hit that like button. And be sure to subscribe to see more of my content. I've left a link to some of my other architectural reviews up here on the screen.